Welcome to the season finale of Will It Develop? My name is Jerry, and if you've never been here before, basically what I do is I find old film stocks and see if I can bring them back to life. I'm one of the co-founders of the Celluloid Collective. If you don't know what that is, I'll drop a link below. But basically what we do is we hunt for expired, rare, vintage stocks. We've had Aerochrome, we've had Svema, and today what we're going to do is test out that Svema 32 and see if we can bring it back to life. So let's jump into it. So it's been about 6 months since I loaded this Svema, and I completely forgot about it with the move and everything, and I'm actually going to reuse the opening because this was filmed 6 months ago, the unboxing and everything. So I'm going to go ahead and develop all this film. You check out the unboxing. Make sure you've liked and subscribed and all that kind of stuff so you can keep this in the algorithm, and also so you'll be updated whenever new stuff comes out. We've got a lot of new content coming out over the next couple of months. So enjoy the unboxing, and I'm going to develop. All right. So like I said, today we're going to be doing the Svema 32. And so I think this roll is from around 93. So I think that is the date of it. 36 exposures is what I'm assuming that says. And so let's check it out. So this is another small package, so it looks like it's going to be paper wrapped, which I kind of actually enjoy. I don't know why we don't do that as much anymore. It's just the extra packaging, the plastic canister. I'm sure it's so you won't crush it, but if you're getting that wild with it, then maybe you need the plastic canister. So let's go ahead and open this all up. The paper is very cool touch. Oh, interesting. Oh, I don't know. I'm a little nervous if I should be opening this in the daylight. So I'm actually going to jump into the dark room really quick, and by the dark room I mean this closet over here, and see if this can be opened in broad daylight. So give me 1 second. All right, so the answer is no. It's just loose film inside of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to load it up into a canister and yeah, see if we can make something work. So I've got it hidden in the closet right now until I can figure that out. And let's check this out really quick. So it makes sense why I was in this black paper. I can't read the language. I'll try to load up this film into another canister. So. And watching that video back from 6 months ago of me recording all this, so much has changed. I look different, everything. It's weird to kind of reflect on that, but I think that's kind of cool with these film stocks as well, because we're getting them in different capacities. Sometimes we get them one roll at a time, like this one. Sometimes we get hundreds of rolls, and it's interesting to go into there. But I have everything pulled up in Lightroom. I'm going to do some editing, and I'm going to kind of talk through it a little bit today. So this is going to be a little bit different than what I've normally done, but I'm about to go into the next version of this series, and it's going to be called Will It Print? And I'm actually going to take these and use that enlarger back there to try to bring some of this into an optical print. But the first thing I'm kind of noticing here is everything is looking fairly good. I overexposed a little bit, so you'll see in here. So I'm interested, these are the negatives. I have not converted them yet. But as I get a little bit further into the roll, you'll see here in just 1 second that the negatives are getting a little bit more dense, which is nice. I think one of the things that I'm always kind of intrigued by with these old film stocks is how well, especially the black and white ones, just how well they stay alive. So this was from, I went to Chicago and saw some family over the summer and got to see one of my wife's old students perform in her first professional show. So shout out to Grace if she ever stumbles upon this YouTube. And then I went and saw my buddy Charlie and got to meet his kids. And so I got some photos of that as well. Here in a second, there might be a photo of the Home Alone house, which is kind of like an Airbnb, I guess is what they're doing. It was under construction when we were there, so there wasn't much to look at, but people were still outside looking at all of it. And All right. So you're starting to see we have a little bit more in here. I think we're going to be able to stretch this, which is going to be good, because I'm actually going to print some here in a little bit too. We got a printer for the Celluloid Collective. I'm so excited because, as you know, if you've been following along with this, my school closed down and the printer was the school's. It was not mine. So it's nice to have our own printer now that we can do all of these. Oh, and here's some of the edge markings, which is pretty cool. So yeah, this Ukrainian film stock, I looked it up. We were trying to find some of it, and if you've been following along the last couple of weeks, the tariffs are kind of out of control right now, and so getting anything kind of in or out has been a little bit of a nightmare. So we're gonna put a hold of it, but I'm hoping that we can find some of this because I mean, looking at this film stock from '93, I mean, I don't currently see anything that's really wrong with it. Edge markings are good. There was no flashing. Watching that old video back, me having to go into that closet to do it. When I opened that film stock up and just saw that it was loose film, I'd never seen that before. And thankfully, you know, we use a lot of reusable canisters around here, so I was able to find it. But yeah, it was kind of strange. I wonder if you're watching and you know of any other film stocks that did this, that just sold like kind of like pre-cut bulk loads, if you will. I think it would be interesting to find out what other film stocks were doing this. Okay, yeah, this is my stuff from when I went to Nashville. So that was just the Grand Ole Opry that we were looking at. And then here's my motorcycle. I took these just kind of yesterday. I realized that I had not finished the roll yet. Looks like there's something here. Maybe, I don't know what that is. We'll find out whenever you convert it here in a second. Also, if this isn't your first episode, you know I like to do with a lot of slow shutters and get that motion blur. I also just wanted to see how far we could push it. I did overexpose it at some point, which was good. All right, so we have everything ready to go now, and so let's go into Negative Lab Pro and switch these all up real quick. Whoa, cool. All right, let's check it out really quick. It looks like it's very contrasty. Let me see. Oh, that's like, that looks like some mold or something that might have been on there. It's a train or something. I'm trying to remember what that photo was. All right, here we go. Yeah, it looks like there's just some interesting stuff going on. Whoa, this is so cool. All right, looks like we have a little bit of a science experiment going on with some of this stuff. You really couldn't tell on the negative itself, but you can see, yeah, there's something possibly growing on it. This is not the first time that's happened, but it looks like now. Interesting. Yeah, so it looks like it's either, yeah, it's a little dull, like, or not a little dull. What's the word for it? The sharpness is not really there anymore, which is kind of understandable. Some of this stuff doesn't do it, but you can see there is something growing on it. So I wonder if that kind of ate away into some of the into some of it as well. That might be a fingerprint for me loading it in the closet. What else we got going on here? Oh, this one's pretty good. Yeah, so like if we bring this exposure, we have a lot of latitude in there, which is good. So it's contrasty, but it's not terrible. Like, yeah, that right there. So, you know, original. Oh, sorry. So like if we turn it on and off. Oops. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. That looks pretty full. Yeah, it's getting a little sharper now. So it looks like whenever I was using, I mean, of course, using a deeper f-stop, faster shutter speed, things like that, it was able to go. But yeah, I think one of my favorite things to do with these older film stocks is just to bump the texture and the clarity just a hair. And that kind of like brings it back out. So if you're shooting a lot of expired film, that's a good way to kind of retain a little bit of the information a little bit better. Because I mean, you're just, these film stocks are old. I mean, and if you don't like this stuff up here, I mean, you could technically come in here and you could use like a spot healing brush and get rid of them. And that was not a good version of it. Once again, that's how it works sometimes. But you can see now it's kind of gone. But you can kind of play with those things. Even this down here, it looks like this might have been a scratch or something, but like all of these are really easy to get rid of. Boom, boom, boom. So, and then you're gone. But yeah, kind of like this. Oh, yep, this is Charles and his wife, and my wife, hanging out with his family. Okay. All right, so we got something in here. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump back in here. I'm gonna finish editing them. I'm gonna print them off. I'm gonna show you the finals here at the end. Thank you so much for a wonderful season. All of the support has been incredible. We're a little over 700 subscribers now, and that's all because of you. So I appreciate you coming back every week. I appreciate you sharing this with everybody. I appreciate you all dropping things down into the comments and building on the stories of these film stocks, because we really cannot do it without you. And if I've forgot one of your names or we've talked and everything like that, just know that I appreciate all that you're doing, and I'm really, really grateful that we're able to do this and give back to the community, because this has been really, really fun to be able to experiment with this. So the next round of videos is going to be called Will It Print, and I'm going to take all these black and white and I'm going to try to print them, and then I'm also going to take all the color that I shot over the last 9 months, and I'm going to build that into a zine. So you'll want to stick around and come back to check that out. But like, subscribe, all that kind of fun stuff. Grab some of the film stocks over the store. We just restocked everything. There's tons of things over there. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Do something nice for someone, and we'll see you next time.